control the clock. I formation, please. Spider 2Y banana, please.
Hey guys, welcome back to Little Big Opinions. I'm Big.
And I'm Little.
We also got producer Mark here.
What's up, everybody?
This episode is brought to you by Sacieta Law, personal injury attorneys. If you've been injured in a car accident, you need more than just a lawyer. You need an advocate who truly cares and fights hard for what you deserve. Call Sacieta Law at 305-340-9082 or visit sacietalaw.com for your free consultation. Sacieta Law, where strength meets compassion. Okay, folks, we got our first win. Yesterday was a big day.
Big day.
We're coming on StreamYard because, we didn't have access to our studio because we are committed to you guys. We love you guys, and we got a first victory. How you guys feeling? One word.
Feeling great, baby. Feeling great.
That wasn't one word. This guy, you son of a bitch. Chris.
Okay.
Oh, my God. These guys are the worst. This is what I have to deal with, folks. Okay, we're going to go right into this, into our recap of Miami Dolphins. Mark, cue the sound. Let's do this.
Bum, 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 bum.
All right, so start the game off. McDaniel, first time ever, chooses to take the ball to start the game. Wanted to show the Jets who they were. 11-play drive leads to just a field goal. Gives the Dolphins a 3-0 lead, but then the Jets on their first positions, they're doing their best Mike Myers impression, gashing through the defense like knife through butter. But Jack Jones punches the ball out of the goal line to save the Dolphins from giving up a score.
Heading into that second quarter after the Jets fumble at the goal line, 2 on the Dolphins offense marches down the field 96 yards and almost 9 minutes to be capped off by a Tua touchdown pass to Darren Waller, which you may say to yourself, top play, got to put this shit on SportsCenter. We got to stick a fork in them, get it done. On the ensuing drive, Tyrell, we got Dotson here. Sack fumbles Justin Fields for it to be recovered by Jalen Phillips at the Jets 43. Unfortunately, the Dolphins offense goes 3 and out, which leads to a Nick Folk 58-yard field goal as time expires, which makes Folk makes me happy, makes me hope you can still perform after the age of 40. Heading into the half, your Miami Dolphins 10, New York Jets 3.
So the half starts off with the Jets just jetting, fumbling the kickoff. So did we win the game? Yes. But what did it cost? Tyreek Hill injured on the first drive. Prayers up to Tyreek, out for the year, maybe even next year. But we did end that drive with a touchdown. Spider 2Y banana. Who do we throw the ball to? Spider 2Y banana. The fullback, but not us. We throw it to Waller again. Another touchdown. Jets don't go quietly, though. They got a 4th and 1. Fields drops back. What are they going to do? Oh, Fields then takes a broken play, 43-yard touchdown run, 17-10. Dolphins still up. Thankfully, the Dolphins answer back with a long 9-play drive, a lot of waddle passing, but then ends with a 9-yard run from Achane to put the Dolphins up 24-10.
Heading into that fourth quarter after another Nick Folk 50-yarder. To begin the fourth quarter, the Dolphins offense becomes less sexy than Joe Namath in a pantyhose commercial. However, the Jets continue to do Jets errors like the infamous butt fumble after committing 4 offensive penalties, giving the ball back to your Dolphins, which behind the legs of Devon Achane leads to a Riley Patterson 36-yard field goal. But don't worry, fantasy owners, there is nothing like a nice garbage time touchdown to make Justin Fields and Garrett Wilson's nights seem formidable. But it was all too late as time expired in the game and on this Jets season. Your Miami Dolphins 27 and the stinking Jets 21. Let's go! We got a W, baby. We're not the worst team in the NFL.
No, there's a lot of bad teams in the NFL, actually. So yesterday was semi-fun, I think, because we got out there with a win. But a lot of the same bad process that led to a win just because we were playing against a bad team. That's my initial thought. I don't know what you guys think.
We were playing the Jets. So anytime you beat the Jets, I understand they're not a good football team, but we're the Miami Dolphins here, and we hate the stinking Jets. All right? All right. So if we only win 2 games and they're to the Jets, those 2 days, I will be happy. The rest of the season, I will not. But those 2 days, I will be very happy, and I'll be able to laugh at all the Jets fans and make fun of them on Twitter and do all those things for a whole other year that I would love to continue to do. So I'm happy for this victory. It's tough because it's still lingering. Like, are these guys going to be here? Right? They have to do a lot to be able to keep their jobs. And it's a start. You have to start somewhere, and that's how I feel. It's a start. Waller was out there. I drafted him in my fantasy. No one else did. I drafted him
Definitely didn't
last
play
pick.
him yesterday.
I did not play him
Have
yesterday.
you dropped him yet?
I have not dropped him. He was on my IR. He was on my IR. So,
okay.
so I was able to, it was basically a free spot.
Nice.
I kind of had a feeling just like last year with Jonnu Smith, like we didn't think anything was going to happen with that. I did think that something was going to happen. That big guy down the middle for Tua is huge. And I'm excited to see him play, and he looks like what he should look like.
Speaking of looks, we looked good in those uniforms. I thought that those uniforms on the field looked very, very sexy. And my favorite part of it is that very neon orange with the back, the last names. I thought it looked great on the field. I don't know how it looked on TV, but I would love for them to bring those back. And Chris, you had a very good point, something that you recommended for the uniforms that we should do. Why don't you tell the listeners and viewers what you talked about?
Well, Mark's very familiar with this. I think the Seattle Seahawks have a very similar uniform to what we had yesterday. And I love what they do with that neon green, how it's highlighted everywhere. And we have that bright orange. So we have a cool aqua that's ruined as well because it's not the dark aqua that we fell in love with. But that orange can pop off the uniform just like it was last night. I thought the uniforms were amazing. I'm so glad they didn't do the Miami Vice, as I've said multiple times. And you could just see the true colors of the Dolphins coming out on that dark blue because it's not black. But they looked good at least. So they looked the part. But like Daniel says, at what cost?
Okay. Can we talk about this though? I kind of feel like this is the Dolphins saying, let's tell these idiots anything and make them believe it by telling us that those are blue. Because in no way are those blue. Those are black. I was staring, and I do color correction as a video creator. I do a lot of color correction. I pay a lot of attention. I can see colors in other colors. Right? That sounds crazy, but I can. It's part of color correcting. There's no blue in there. There's no blue in there. It's black. I've looked at it in different angles. There's nothing you could tell me to think that is blue. I kind of think that, like Ashton Kutcher is going to pop out and we're punk. They are blue or they are black, you idiots. I just kind of feel like it's a stick they're trying to give it to us. Like telling us we don't need an offensive line.
This is your argument, Chris. I'm not going to.
I mean, that's fine. If you go to the team store and you look at them, they're dark blue. I mean, they're very dark blue. That's fine. But if you go look at it up close and personal, it's blue.
They're black. Okay, moving on to. I was going to say something very terrible right now, but we're just going to go. All right, Tyreek Hill. We got a little funny story here, real quick. So, Mark, we go, to the Red Zone bar during halftime to go, meet up with some friends. And when we get there, obviously things take a little long, and we end up watching a little bit of the beginning of the third quarter. So our good friend, Juan Skywalker, gets a phone call. His wife is expecting a child, his first child. He gets a call.
You're going to do this?
Hey, honey.
You're going to blow us up?
What?
Nothing.
Hey,
this is all big.
No. He gets a call. Hey, honey, I think my water broke. So he's like, I got to leave right now. While that happens, while he's on the phone, he looks up and Tyreek Hill's leg is completely inverted the other way.
It's crazy.
And immediately you see Tyreek kind of going, clenching at the knee. So, Chris, let's tell the listeners, we learned a little bit more. By the way, prayers up to Tyreek. I think his reaction kind of shows you the type of man that he is. He could have been crying. He's on the other side of 30, but nothing from positivity from that guy. But Chris, as our resident doctor on this podcast, can you give us some insights on the injury and what the rehab will look like?
I'm not a medical doctor. Let's just make that clear.
You've actually told us that you're a medical doctor before. You've said doctor before.
I'm a
Aging
doctor.
I'm not gonna say
physical therapy, not medical doctor, but that's different. So we've learned a little bit more last night. Obviously, when your foot is pointing the other way, you're not sure if it's coming from the knee or from the ankle. Could have broken his ankle or could have dislocated his knee. So dislocated knee, there's a lot going on there, a lot to unpack. Obviously, when he went to the sideline and he fell, defender fell on him, which caused a twisting of the knee and tearing of multiple ligaments. So that's going to be the difference as far as like what Malik Neighbors had, and he just had a ACL. Not sure if there's anything more there, but for sure he had that ACL. So he had multiple ligaments damaged, whether it's the ACL, most likely ACL is gone, PCL probably, maybe MCL. So they got to fix all of those. So it's Nick Chubb had this when he got his knee blown up, and last year Tank Dell also is dealing with the same type of injury. He's not back yet for those reference. Immediately that night, they have to take him and rush him to the hospital, and they got to do scans. They got to make sure that the arteries and nerves are fine. And from all accounts, they are fine because he didn't have emergency surgery last night. So that's one complication that we know is most likely gone. And as Gene told us, we know that we don't know. So I don't know any details about this specific to Tyreek, but I could just tell you general knowledge. So today he did have a successful surgery. According to Drew Rosenhaus, there is no bone damage. There is no nerve damage. There is no blood supply. So it's just the ligaments that needed to be repaired. If he really didn't have a fracture, if he really didn't have meniscus, which is hard to imagine, then, that's as good of a outcome as you can have for as bad as it looked yesterday. But it's still going to be a long recovery. They say he is expected to play again next year. Again, we don't know what we don't know, so we'll find out soon enough.
What does that mean to the Dolphins? We just lost probably our second biggest weapon on offense. I'm going to give Devon Achane that much credit.
Ollie Gordon.
Yeah, love him. But Tyreek Hill is a huge loss. You got people that have to now step up. Jalen Waddle looking at you. Westbrook and Kinney looking at you. Malik Washington, D. Eskridge. This is a huge loss for this team. I'm going to be candid. I wanted them to lose yesterday. When that happened, I looked at Chris and I told him that the podcast is ruined. I was freaking out. I told him that the season is ruined, that we should absolutely
season is over.
We should lose and go just 0-4 and let the chips fall where they may, because we know where it's going to happen. We already had an uphill climb, and now we have a worse uphill climb. So I am very worried about the season as much as I was before. And this is a huge, huge loss, and a huge loss to both of my fantasy football teams, 2 of the 3.
Yes, this is obviously very sad, very very hard to replace, if even probably not even possible. But
you cannot replace a Gary Bertia.
Well, let's think of the positives here. We have Malik Washington. I know that you hate him, but listen, this guy, every time
I'm not going to let this blasphemous shit happen anymore. Just because I speak negative about something or point out obvious things doesn't mean that I hate something, okay? Malik Neighbors is a nice player. He's cute. So is Washington.
Malik Neighbors is a nice player. You're talking about Malik Washington.
Sorry. Malik Washington. The Washington brothers, everyone's so excited about the preseason, about the 2 of them, how good they look. Well, we're going to find out what it's like without Tyreek Hill. And I know that we kind of hinted at maybe we can get rid of Tyreek so that we could have a more balanced offense. Well, everybody who wanted to see it, here it is. And I was one of those people. But now that I know it's reality, I don't think I want to see it.
What I do want to see,
continue.
I want to see more. Oh, go ahead, Mark.
Sorry. Okay. Well, Malik Washington, every time he gets the ball, it's pretty incredible how hard that guy runs, especially for his size. It's something. So one thing that I've been saying is that Tyreek is trying to do too much. He's not running forward. Every time he gets the ball, he's running side to side. He's not getting more yards. He's just getting more tired. He wasn't pushing the ball forward. I don't know what that's about. He doesn't want to get hit, maybe, for obvious reasons. But every time, when Washington gets the ball, even for a kickoff, that guy's running, man. There is another motor in there. Do you guys not feel the same way? Because on TV, he's pushing it.
I do, but I mean, we're literally comparing a Ferrari to a.
Yeah, like Tyreek Hill was 6 for 67 yesterday.
I'm not saying that he's going to be Tyreek Hill like that. Again, that's going to be impossible to do. But we have to look at the positives here. We can't just be. Ryan, you can't turn into little. Like that can't happen.
I'm not, but when it comes, it's obvious that we're losing the production of a Tyreek Hill. And by the way, he was having a very nice game before that injury happened. He was the focal point of all the targets throughout the season. You're losing all that. This is a huge, huge loss. I will say this about the game. Tua, something that I haven't seen in a very long time, the bootleg to his strong arm side. The bootleg to the left was working all night long. Let's see more of that. Okay, it opens up the playbook, opens up the offense, and it'll open up the play action. And that's what happens when you start running the ball, as Chris said, right? So I think that was a positive. And let's give the flowers where they're deserved. Anthony Weaver came out in the media and said, we need to be violent. I want violence. And what did we do? He chose violence, and they were going after that ball. That Jack Jones fumble, on the goal line was a 14-point swing, folks. If you get takeaways, this is what happens, okay? There's momentum shifts. We went 96 yards and scored a touchdown after that fumble. Let's see more of that. You're going to go against the Carolina Panthers in a little bit. We'll give you that recap.
Yeah, so we're going to give the flowers to Mike McDaniel, who finally stuck with the run. He had 29 rushes. He had 31 in total if you count Tua's 3 scrambles to Tua's 25 passes. So we finally ran more than we passed. We ran for a total of 31 for 123 yards, 4 yards per carry, and a touchdown. That's very nice. We had an efficient game from Tua, 17 to 25, 177 with 2 touchdowns. That's where you want him. Okay, you want him to be managing the game. I would like to still see a little bit more I formation out of them. I would like to see more blockers and just commit completely to the run. And to your point, Ryan, the bootlegs, the spider 2-wide banana, like those type of plays will be setting us up for success. Mark, again, I don't hate Malik Washington, but they're using him as Debo. I don't know if you guys have realized this. He is their Debo, and we had a fancy little throwback for a total of 8 yards. He had 2 carries for 8 yards, and he had 2 catches for 13. Like we're making things that are not really there. He's nice, he's flashy, but if he was someone else, we would probably be like, oh, it's a cute player. We need Jalen Waddle to step up. We're going to need Darren Waller to step up. We're going to need Ollie Gordon, Achane. We need to just commit to the run, and then we're going to see if the defenses can stop us. As far as Anthony Weaver is concerned, I think he's doing his best with what he's got, but the defense was awful yesterday. And the reason why we won the game is because we played the Jets. The Jets, we were outgained by the Jets. We were outrushed by the Jets. The difference in the game was the amount of penalties the Jets have and their mistakes.
And the takeaways.
And the takeaways. They had 3 takeaways, and that was the difference. It wasn't that we were putting them in bad positions. They put themselves in bad positions. And then, yes, we were able to be 3rd and long and get the sacks and getting the fumbles. The one great play is Jack Jones, but at the same time, you're 1 inch away from giving up a touchdown, and it's 7-3, and we're down. So I'm not terribly excited about yesterday. I'm happy that we won, because as much as I'm going to be negative and as much as I want to say these things, in my heart of hearts, I always want to see them win. I never root for them to lose. It's too hard for me to do so. If they would have lost, I would have been fine with it, but I'd rather see a win, especially when we're there. So,
hey, Chris, you have a lovely pussy.
Yeah, that's relax, bro. It's just a cat. Okay.
Roger's looking good. He's looking good. Roger's the boy, right?
Yeah, man. He's a boy.
There he is.
Hey.
Right on cue, as if he can hear you. He's been fed. Don't know why he's just walking around bothering me.
That's your
All
life.
right.
That's your life.
Dolphins are 1-3. Jets are 0-4. Let's move on to the fastest 4 minutes in sports. Mark, cue that music, baby.
Boom. Ba-dump.
The Washington Commanders are in Atlanta. The Falcons dropped 435 yards of offense behind the left-handed lightning bolt that is Michael Penix. Drake, London Bridge is falling down, except he's falling right into the end zone. 8 catches, 110 yards, and a score. Bijan, love me some honey. Dijon Robinson slices up Washington. But then Tyler, hold my beer, Algier, goes and finds the end zone too. Falcons look like they might have one of the best backfield duos in football. Falcons 34, Commanders 27.
Steelers and Vikings went over the rainbow in Ireland looking for that pot of gold. Steelers came out hot. An 80-yard touchdown bomb to Metcalf gave them an early 14-3 lead. But then Carson Wentz, remember, he's Carson Wentz. He let it come back, but threw 2 picks late as if he was auditioning for the Guinness Book of Turnovers. Steelers hold on for a 24-21 win. And yes, Aaron Rodgers did play this one using his lucky charms to finally get his first international win. Somewhere in the crowd, a leprechaun got immunized.
I'm on Ross St. Brown, a.k.a. the Sun God, shining bright again, catching his league-leading 5th and 6th touchdown passes from Jared Goff. On defense, Aiden hutch around and find out Hutchinson crushed old Joe Flacco with 2 sacks, and Khalif Raymond could go all the way for 65 yards, whose punt return to the house looked like he was late for a brunch reservation. Lions 28, Browns 17.
Now we got New Orleans versus Buffalo. The wide receiver, Ryan Rather Have Than Waddle, starts the game off with a 43-yard touchdown pass, breaking free. James Cook stayed busy in the kitchen, cooking up 117 yards and a touchdown in this game. Meanwhile, Josh Allen forgot how to play football in the first half, and this game stayed close. But then the Bills remembered who they are and stampeded into the second half, rolled to a 31-19 win. Mafia's happy, tables not so much.
The Panthers are in New England. Who needs an offense when your special teams remember they're supposed to be special? Marcus Jones with an 87-yard punt return for a touchdown to tie up the score at 7-7. Not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns for the Patriots running back triplets of Stevenson, Henderson, and Gibson. Drake May is as efficient and boring as my 77-year-old accountant. Love you, Cáceres. And the Panthers must have been looking ahead to their marquee matchup against the powerful Dolphins because they did not come to play in Foxborough. Patriots 42, Panthers 13.
Tennessee versus Houston. Woof. This was a bad football game. The Titans offense looked like it was on a hunger strike, scoring exactly 0 points. Texans shut them out 26-0 for their first win, leaving Tennessee 0 for the season. Cam Ward and the Titans are still winless, proving once again Nashville might have country music, but it doesn't have a quarterback.
The Eagles are in Tampa Bay. Jalen Hurts and the Eagles are just soaring high right now with a huge early lead. But the Bucks kicker, Chase, I will remember you. McLaughlin bangs in an NFL record 65-yarder plus a 58-yarder later in the game. Baker and Bucky tried their best to form a comeback, but the problem is Tampa sailed right into a flock of Eagles and came out with nothing but feathers. Eagles 31, Bucks 25.
Now we got the Los Angeles Chargers versus the G-Men. The Dart era New York gets off to a hot start as he scrambles in for a rushing touchdown to go up 7-0. Meanwhile, Justin Herbert is out there proving why the Dolphins made the right choice picking Tua over him. He threw 2 picks and had 0 answers for that Giants D. He was bullied all day, hitting him 12 times, including 2 sacks. Final score, Giants 20, Chargers 10. But Malik Neighbors also did get caught by that turf monster. He'll be out for the rest of the year with a torn ACL.
The Colts taking on the Rams in Los Angeles. The Colts look to go 4-0 for the first time in 16 years, and we're up 7 with 8 minutes to go. League-leading pass catcher Puka Nacua caught a game-tying touchdown late in the 4th. Game is looking to go into overtime, and then Matthew Stafford dials long distance to Tule Atwell for an 88-yard house call. Rams improved to 3-1. Rams 27, Colts 20.
Jacksonville versus San Francisco. Jacksonville D continues to impress, coming in hungry, taking the ball away 4 times, including 2 picks and 1 fumble lost by Purdy in his first game back from injury. But the game didn't stop there. Jacksonville Jaguars coach Liam Cohen did his best tough man impression while walking away and waiting for 5 guys to get in between him and Coach Saleh to pick a fight with the big guy. Both teams are now 3-1. Jacksonville 26, San Francisco 21.
The Chicago Bears are in Las Vegas, taking on the Raiders. Hello, NFL. Me, Ashton Genty. The rookie planted his flag with this one with 155 yards from scrimmage, and not 1, not 2, but 3 touchdowns. Caleb Williams manicured his offense to a fourth quarter go-ahead comeback with DeAndre Swift with a DeAndre Swift running touchdown. Raiders kicker Daniel Carlson had a chance to be a hero, attempting a game-winning 54-yard field goal, but the Bears defense seals it when Blue Devil Josh Blackwell blocks the kick. Talk about a fingertip changing a season. Chicago goes from 0-2 to 2-2. That's called climbing out of the mud, folks. Bears 25, Raiders 24.
Next up, we had a juggernaut matchup, Baltimore versus Kansas City, but it was anything but that. Xavier Worthy showed why he was worthy of a first-round pick last year, bringing KC Vertigo back to life, adding 121 total yards. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about. Baltimore does not look like a playoff team, falling behind early and never making it close. Lamar Jackson left this game with a hamstring strain, losing big 37-20.
Wow. A lot of action.
Well, we got one more. So we got the Broncos versus the Bengals to finish.
Give it to me again.
To finish the week. Bengals doing their best job to take the Dolphins roster building construction up, and they have no backup, and they just paid 2 receivers, and that means they got nothing. Broncos are able to get things right again, led by Bo Nix, career high in passing yards, 326 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the win. Now we're done.
Now we're done. Fastest 4 minutes in sports. If that was 4 minutes, then man, I look like a king in the bedroom. I'll tell you that. All right, moving on. First off, I got a couple things I want to say. My father was here over the weekend. The guy hates the Manning cast. Absolutely hates the Manning cast. Yeah, he's not a big fan. He comes up to me, he goes, who are these guys? I talk about Peyton and Eli Manning.
Who are they?
Yeah, and he's like, I don't like them. Why isn't the game on the normal television? I'm like, Dad, that's probably ESPN too. You know, you got to put on ABC, ESPN. Not a big fan. Does not like all the talking. So clearly, he hates this podcast.
I was going to say, this is what we're doing right now.
The other thing I want to say something over the weekend that was really cool, watching FSU take on Virginia Friday night, the Noles. Clearly, we're looking ahead to big game against the Canes. Something that was very cool. Yeah, I love that shirt, Mark.
Thank you.
I don't know if you guys caught this. When there was a bunch of replays, a crazy game came down to the end, went into overtime. The replay booth, the referees were talking to the ACC people, I guess, wherever they are, and you could hear the conversation.
Yeah, you could hear it. That was awesome.
Isn't that awesome? Why don't we do that more of that?
I don't know. That was cool. I'd never seen that before, and I actually never really watch those games with audio, because they're usually the second screen in the house. But I was listening with audio, and I was like, wow, this is amazing. Is this
so cool? And there's so many plays at the end of the game, right? So you you get to hear them.
The other thing is that we're listening to the announcers who could have whatever their own opinions, but then, you know, like fans, you always say, but why? What was the like reasoning? And now you can hear them actually discuss that live. And when they get like a new shot, they're like, wait, there's another shot. There was one of the ones that, like, I think it was the last touchdown. They're like, there's another angle. Hold on. And they threw up the other angle right before I guess they were gonna go, and they were like, no, there's one more. That was cool. That was cool to watch.
Yeah, it would be awesome for football if they implemented that throughout the NFL and also college football.
Well, they also kind of made those calls relatively quickly. Yeah. In comparison to normally, right? Like sometimes you're sitting around, you're like, what's going on? Like how many times do they have to watch this, right? And they kind of went through, and there are, tougher calls, especially that last one. That's a tough call. That's a game decision call, right? But they got them done pretty quickly.
Did you guys see the rushing of the field? How immediately that defensive back from the Seminoles just disappeared?
What's that guy's name? Squirrel, the receiver,
Squirrel Thomas or something like that.
Have we heard from that guy? Like
No,
I looked on Twitter, like I was like trying to find something of him afterwards, like talking about it, but I think he's still on the field. Like he is still. They trampled him, and he is just like in a Looney Tunes. He's just dug into the ground.
He's flat.
What is
the other thing?
Dangerous.
Some big news. I think. I want to get Little's opinion on this. Bad Bunny gonna be the Super Bowl halftime show.
That's gonna be up on
Cafe go home.
Dude, I am so excited for that. I'm hearing people are not liking it. I don't understand why. It's gonna be. This guy's having a humongous year. If you haven't watched him on Saturday Night Live, he's also very funny, especially with Pedro Pascal. They have a great thing. Billy Madison, he's okay. I think
he crushes it, especially because he doesn't have to say words to be funny, which is very difficult. That's how you like a good actor doesn't need to say words, and he was crushing it. You okay? You want bread? You want a breadstick?
But I'm terribly excited. I thought Bad Bunny started his career very much like Lil Wayne, where he was featured on songs, and it was always the best part of the song. Like you're like, I don't care about the whole song. Where's Lil Wayne's spot? I don't care about the whole song. Where's Bad Bunny's spot? And then he's just taken it to a whole different ball game. I'm very excited. Ryan, for the first time ever, we're driving to the game and he's listening to reggaeton, which I thought was super crazy. But
I can't believe it.
I can't believe it.
But after 3 songs, I'm like, I can't listen to this.
No, but this last album, it wasn't. It was very salsa. Like there's a lot of like salsa, which I fell in love with. Very Willie Colon and like Hector Lavoe. But this is a very Miami bubble that we're living in the Miami bubble, and yes, everyone here is super excited.
Yeah, what are people in Kansas City saying right now?
He doesn't.
But it is kind of cool that he's going to be doing in Santa Clara. So they got some Spanish speakers up there in California. It should be nice. Last but not least, I was going to bring something up that one of my sisters. There's a new thing going around. I don't know. It's like 6'7". We're trying to get the younger crowd into this, but they came up to my sister, who's the assistant principal, basically like the dean of discipline at her school. And this 6th grader comes up to her and goes, "Hey, Mrs. D, do you like beef stroganoff?" What is that? Why would a 6th grader come ask you if you like beef stroganoff? Now, there's many different things that you could take about this. I'm going to let you guys go Google it. Let's just say I would never have the testicles, the testicular fortitude to go ask Carlota Morales, something like that, Ms. Bustamante, anybody. I mean, this is pretty ridiculous what these kids are doing nowadays.
By the way, Sophie had lunch with Dr. Morales. Little shout out there. She was with my aunt one day, and they went to have lunch, and she met her. So that's kind of cool. Shout out.
I'm gonna say one more thing. I thought it was really funny. Charlie got in trouble. My daughter got in trouble yesterday at school, and I thought it was kind of funny. One of her uncles taught her how to use the middle finger, and yesterday she gave it to one of the kids in her classroom. Nice. Clearly got in trouble. I think it was a teaching moment. Now she knows not to do it, but deep down inside, I'm kind of proud that my daughter is giving up the middle finger in 2nd grade. You know what? Sorry, I kind of love it. I thought it was great.
What did the little kid do? Why did she?
I don't know. I haven't asked her yet because there's been some reprimanding. She self-imposed her own punishment. But we spoke about it today. She knows that it should never happen again. So if it does happen again, that's when she'll be reprimanded. But for now, I think it's cute. It's cute.
It's a little thing. Teacher, the one from Friends.
Yeah. Okay, moving on. We got a big day on Sunday coming up. This podcast will be with Bing Bang Boyo at Beat Culture Brewery. Are you guys excited here?
Oof.
Live show?
Don't know what live show means, but we're here for it. We're ready.
So live show, we're actually gonna be streaming this live. So right now we're recording it, but we have the potential to stream it live. So that's what we're gonna be doing that day. We're gonna be streaming while we are watching the football game. So you're gonna be able to get our live reactions on that. Also, I'm thinking we should open it up, have an extra microphone, and if someone wants to come in, someone wants to give their little takes, talk about the game, maybe before the game, maybe halftime for sure. We'll definitely need to fill up some time during halftime. We could do
during
some
halftime. Have you guys ever watched the game with me? Ask Ryan how it is.
Oh, it's pretty brutal, folks. I mean, hopefully we're not going to be live for 3 or 4 hours because dealing with this guy live on the air, I don't know if that's going to work.
But I don't talk much. I just sit there and watch the game. I don't know what I'm going to have to add.
So
why did you tell the folks what happened yesterday about when you basically told a perfect stranger about jinxing the game? Do you remember that? Why don't you elaborate a little bit for Mark and our listeners?
So it's at the end of the game.
Classic little.
Yeah, it's close to the end, and the guy goes and says, like, right when the Dolphins score a touchdown, we can leave. The game's over. I'm like, dude, you just jinxed him right now. He could throw a pick six right now. It's Tua. And Ryan didn't hear me. So the guy's like, dude, I'm not jinxing anything. I'm like, yeah, you are. Ryan didn't hear me. So he gets up and he goes, hey, you guys got to follow our podcast. Little Big Opinion starts giving out stickers. But by the way, if you come to the live stream, we're giving out first 20 fans will get stickers. We got 20. That's all we got. So if you want a sticker, you got to come early. You got to get it. But anyways, tries to give these stickers out to them. And this guy goes, I don't want them. This guy just told me I'm a jinx. I don't want to follow it. But that's a show, dude. So if you didn't like it, then fine. Don't be a follower anyways.
Yeah, we don't want you out of here. Yeah, you go back in the car, beat traffic, dude.
Yeah,
leaving early. What are you gonna go do? What are you gonna do?
He was a good sport. We had fun. I hope he wants to come to live stream. We'll talk about jinxing.
But show up, be culture. We're gonna be there probably around 11:30 noon. You know, have some delicious beer. I've heard nothing but great things, and everyone keeps talking about the wings at this place. So
well, Ping Pong Pollo. Here's a little thing about Ping Pong Pollo. So it's a pop up that they're doing there. Be Culture also has its own kitchen they have a chef that is from France. He's very good. So definitely check that out. But the Ping Pong Pollo, that's a little pop up that's going on. Those are our friends over at Pero Let Me Tell You. They have a podcast also in the Cultura Network. So check them out as well. But as far as their wings, phenomenal. They have this like guayaba y queso wing. It's like a guayaba barbecue sauce, and then it's like a cream cheese, blue cheese type of sauce. I don't know what it is, but it is phenomenal. It is so good. So definitely recommend to hit up some of that. Check them out. Also, give them a little follow.
I think they reminded me to take my Ozempic shot because I'm kind of salivating over here and trying to figure out why.
I think they won an award at the South Beach Food and Wine Festival, right? So they best chicken wings they won.
Whoa,
probably
something like that. We're gonna say it, whatever. They won the best chicken wings. So come get them.
They won in my heart for sure.
Yeah, it's a cool spot. There's plenty of space, plenty of TVs. You're gonna come watch the game. What's gonna happen is you're gonna sit down and we're gonna make you talk with us on live on TV.
Nothing's gonna happen. You just come hang out with us, get some hugs, get some laughs.
No, don't hug.
That's it. Well, I'm gonna be hugging people for sure.
Yeah.
First 20 people that show up, you get a hug.
I'll be going like this. I'll be giving the fist pumps. That's about it.
Is that what you do? You don't dap up somebody?
I do the handshake to the heart to the hug. Handshake to the hug.
Yeah.
Every time.
Yeah, not this guy. No. All right, so the Miami Dolphins are favored, -1 favorites going into Carolina.
But Carolina opened up as the favorite.
So it's moved. But the Dolphins currently are -1.
Right. But that means everyone thinks that the Dolphins are going to win. Well, line must be moving.
Carolina had a huge week 2 weeks ago against the Falcons. Any given Sunday, thumping them 30-0. And then they go and play the Patriots and put up a giant turd. The Carolina defense, the secondary is pretty nasty with J.C. Horn. They also are, up there when it comes to takeaways, when it comes to interceptions. So this is not going to be a slouch. This is going into Carolina. The Dolphins have to win this game. That plain and simple. Run the ball against them, control the clock, and control the turnovers. The only thing I'm worried about, in my opinion, is the running game against us, because Chris, Mark, we are dead last in rushes per attempt in the NFL. You can see it. The Jets were doing it all game long. And just because the Jets had a bunch of turnovers and came out late, and they stopped running the ball, our rush defense is the worst I've ever seen it
I think they threw one that first drive. I think they only threw one pass.
And they controlled the clock for 10 minutes. And then luckily we got a turnover.
Yeah. But the biggest difference in the game this past week on Monday to what's going to happen on Sunday is Justin Fields being able to run the ball as much as he did. Bryce Young can run. There's no question, but we can get to him a little bit more. There could have been a lot of sacks, but Justin Fields, that's the one thing he can do is get loose, and he's a big guy. So I do think this is another get-right game. I said it all last night, and I'm saying it again. They are better than this team. They most likely should be winning this game, even though they're 1-3 and one of the lowly teams of the NFL. The Carolina Panthers also have a bad run defense. So if there's anything that we can do is really try to control the clock. I formation, please. Spider 2Y banana, please. Just
control that clock, folks.
Just get in and get out of the game. Very efficient from Tua Day, and we're gonna be fine. Even though we did not stop the Jets at all, they stopped themselves. There was not one point in the game where we felt our offense going to do anything either. The offense is coming back a little bit. They don't really know what's going to happen next week. It's going to be our first game without Tyreek, as we know. But if there's going to be a game that we don't have Tyreek, I think Carolina is a good one to have. We might also, just so you guys, so we're speaking about Carolina, might have someone from the Carolina fan base joining us on the live stream and giving us his take on how they can beat us, and we'll just tell him that he's wrong.
Love that. They are bottom 5 in most major offensive categories, but their defense is maybe like second tier in the NFL. But let's go through the Dolphins real quick.
But they have a good stadium, good food.
Their offensive line is hurt as well. Our former friend, the guy we should have signed, Robert Hunt, is also out. So come on. I'm saying it again and again. Get right game for the defensive tackles. Figure it out, Kenneth Grant. Show why you're 13th pick, because right now,
bad.
The Miami Dolphins right now rank second in the NFL in third down conversion rate, almost 49%. Second in red zone scoring percentage, 80%. They go into the red zone, they score a touchdown. So Tua is getting it done on the money down and where it matters most. It's just about getting there. But when it comes to defense, folks, let's go through this real quick. 26th in points per game, 26th in yards per game, 29th in points per play, 31st in third down conversion rate, 28th at 83% tick in fourth down conversion rate. The only thing that's pretty good is our red zone defense ranking 12th. So the defense is the Achilles of this football team. I think that kind of showed this last game what they can be. I think, in my opinion, the offense has been humming in the last 3 games. They just had a crappy week 1. Offense is humming. We're back. I just realized we don't have Tyreek Hill. Nonetheless, we are going to cover this football game. I think we all picked the Dolphins and the over. I know I did. That hit last week. Give me the Dolphins. This doesn't count for LBO locks. Give me the Dolphins and give me the over, because these are 2 bad defenses.
Yeah. It's not a lock, but this is the easiest game of the week. If you have a survivor pool, I'll tell you, this is the only time you're picking the Dolphins. I'd say pick the Dolphins.
I told you, right? I picked in the survivor pool week 1. I picked the Dolphins and I lost. The only person I lost. So I thought the same way that you felt. And look how that worked out for me. Okay. Going into LBO locks, week 5. Yo, just fan this guy down. Fan him down. Chris Little, you are the hottest better in the world right now. You went
He's like Matthew
4-1
McConaughey, baby.
again. Yeah, good movie. 2 for the money. Chris went 4-1. You are 14-8 against the spread, against these picks on the seat. I mean, that's the best I've seen on anybody on the media.
You're 14-10, buddy. You're right
I know. I don't. I'm a humble pie. I'm a humble pie guy.
Oh
okay?
No,
me, Amy. I went 5-3 last week. Mark also went 5-3. Very strong. Mark is 13. So 14-8 for Chris, 14-10 for Big, and 13-14 for producer Mark. Big's first prop bet of the year hits Cam Scattaboo. Hit the over on the rushing yard. So we're 1-0 on that. Okay, getting into this. The 49ers are going in a divisional game on the road against the Rams. The Rams are 6-point favorites at home. Over under is 46.5. Let me give you some stats here real quick.
Give it to me. That's a high number for the spread there.
The Rams are 17-7 against the spread when coaching on short rest. When the spread is -4.
Oh, this is Thursday night game. You didn't say that. Thursday night game.
Thursday night game, 8 o'clock, 8:15. When the spread is -4 or shorter, or they are underdogs in this situation, they're 15-2. They're not underdogs, so just don't even listen to that. They're 17-7 against the spread on short rest. Coach McVay is incredible. Great coach. Super hot wife, by the way. The San Francisco 49ers have lost 3 consecutive games outright against the Rams, and their last 4 against them against the spread. Give me the Rams. I think that the Rams could potentially go to the Super Bowl. I love them. That defense is nasty, led by a Knoll. I'm not going to be rooting for that guy this year because the Canes are going to whoop the Knolls. Give me the Rams and give me the under here. Give me the under at 46.5.
Wow.
Producer Mark.
I'm gonna jump on that Rams under.
Rams under. Chris, hottest sports picker on the planet right now.
Yeah, I'm not loving the spread here, so I'm going to take the 49ers. I'm taking the I don't think that the Rams are going to win.
-6. Maybe no Brock Purdy. What? What'd you say? You don't think the Rams are going to win?
No, I think the Rams are going to win. I just don't know if they're going to win by the spread.
Oh, okay. Yeah, absolutely. But also Brock Purdy potentially could be out. It's short rest. Could be Mac Jones. They just lost.
He's outperformed them
in that one game. He did.
If it wasn't for Brock Purdy throwing 2 interceptions and a fumble, yeah, I'm going to take it. There's your shot bet right there.
Okay, there it is. Shot bet. Speaking of shot bets, bottoms up, folks. I lost my pick last week. Here we go. Okay.
You have an entire bar of stuff you pick something you don't like to take a shot of?
I like everything. It was tequila, and I like tequila. But it's also a Tuesday. And just taking one to the dome is always terrible. All right, next up. By the way, I'm going to lie. That was water, by the way. That was water. I'm going to say it. It is what it is. So I'm going to go get it.
So take a real shot.
I will not. I will. Sorry. See, I can't lie to you guys.
All right. The
Vikings. The Vikings are taking the Browns in London. Oh, good day, mate. How you doing, mate? So we're gonna say here, hey, good day, mate. Oh,
sounds Australian.
Yeah, it's
a little bit, which is harder to do.
Oh, let's go
mate is Australian.
Bang some match.
But they don't say mate over there.
Of course they do, mate. What are you talking about?
What are you doing?
You gotta do the whole,
shrimp on the barbie.
You gotta read the whole thing in the accent. You have to go through the whole
Vikings.
thing.
The Vikings are -3.5 against the Browns. Over under is 36. Can you believe that?
Christopher Walken.
The Vikings have a strong record against the spread when playing as favorites on the road, going 9-4-3 against the last 16 games. The 36.5 over-under for this Week 5 against the Vikings and Browns is the lowest total set of any game in the NFL International Series. Since its inception in 2005, the previous lowest look ahead was 40.5. Who do you like here, Chris?
Well, it's very interesting. The Vikings are in Ireland right now, so they don't have to make the trek across the pond like the Browns do. I'm also reading that Dylan Gabriel might be getting the start, not Joe Flacco.
Oh.
That doesn't mean anything for the Browns.
That means more for the Vikings.
Yeah. Give me the Vikings here for sure.
You do this thing that you don't have to pick the over-unders, but
he never does.
Never pick the
never
over-unders.
does. He always does this. That's why he keeps a good. That's why he's a good record.
I pick one a game a week, and last week I picked one and I lost. But I'm going to pick this one. I'm going to go the over. 36.5 is low.
It's 36, so it's even better for you. Okay, yeah. Producer Mark.
Vikings, and I guess the over. I want to say the under just to be different, but I'm going to go the under. These guys aren't scoring.
I am going to take the Vikings, and I will also take the over. I think the Vikings are Flores, another crappy week. I don't know. Just give me the Vikings to the over. I'm just going to go there. Okay, let's move on. Big game Sunday, 4:25 p.m. The Washington Commanders going into LA to take on Justin Herbert and the Chargers. The Chargers are -3. They're 3-point favorites at home. Over under is 48. Let me give you guys a quick little stat right here. Give me a second. The Chargers at home against the spread. They have a strong historical trend again, playing for Jim Harbaugh, holding a 5-1-1 against the spread record at home. The Commanders have a losing record against the spread.
Give me the Chargers. This is too much effort. Just give me the Chargers, dude. Like, come on. We're not going to do this.
Some people want to listen. I mean,
right,
some people actually
finish.
No, that's fine. Do whatever you want.
Oh, you broke his little heart, dude.
This is your segment. Fine, go ahead.
Ryan, I'm kidding. I'm sorry.
Go. This is the only thing I care about here. But you know, it's fine.
You got one more. So Chargers, and I'm not picking over and under. I don't like the number, so I'm not going to pick it.
What? Can you repeat the spread for me, please?
-3 Chargers at home. Over under is 48.
Chargers under.
Jaden Daniels is probably coming back here. I think that the Chargers are probably going to have a bounce back week. Give me the Chargers as well. I just think going on the road, Jaden Daniels, I think Harbaugh at home doesn't lose. Give me the Chargers. Okay, last but not least, Patriots, Sunday Night Football, Patriots at the Bills divisional game. Let me give you one stat here because someone over here.
Give it to us all.
The Bills have won 14 consecutive regular season home games and are 2 wins away from matching the franchise record of 15 home victories. We've also have won 13 straight home games, scoring 24 or more points. The over is 4-1 in the Patriots' last 5 divisional games, suggesting high-scoring affairs in these matchups. I shouldn't have read that. Give me the Bills and give me the over here. I think the Bills 7.5. I don't care. Josh Allen is that good. Give me the Bills. Actually, never mind. Give me the Bills. Give me the over. Mark.
Yeah. Bills. Over.
This is where the streak ends. Okay, so at 7:51, you sent me these, and the odds have changed. So I have 7.5 Bills. What is the current one now?
7.5.
Still 7.5. Okay. No. Patriots are playing pretty good. They're going to score points. I'm taking the over, but I'm taking the Patriots. The Bills are going to win the game. I'm taking the Patriots on the 7.5.
Okay, but the shot bet is going to be on the first game. I think
whatever you want.
The 49ers. Well, let's do Bills Patriots for the shot. I mean, this is an AFC East podcast. Let's do that. So you got the Patriots, we got the Bills. Think about how much you think right now.
Can we address something?
No.
Can we address how people are dancing on Drake May, how amazing he was? The guy was 14 for 17 for 200 yards. Like
Boring.
against the Panthers. That's
Boring.
what we're celebrating. Like he's nice, guys. He's fine. Give the guy a chance. Okay. Stroud was a top 10 quarterback his first year, and he came way back down to earth. And guess what? He hasn't turned it around yet. Let Drake May do his thing. He's fine. He's an NFL starter. But no, LBO are not a bunch of homers. We're just spitting facts over here and the truth. Okay. He's a nice player, and maybe he'll be very good. But right now, he looks like Daniel Jones. He'll be nice. Maybe he'll be the Colts Daniel Jones, or maybe he'll be the Giants Daniel Jones. We'll find out. Wait and see.
Daniel Jones was big in the beginning. So, like, if what you're saying,
he was average. He was the same guy that this guy is.
He had one good year that got him paid.
Just like Tua.
One big year in the contract year. May, I think, is efficient. He doesn't. They're not making. It's variable. He's smart. He's not making May the focal point. They run the ball.
Tannehill good.
Yeah, exactly. Tannehill went to an AFC Championship game. Good point, Mark. So honestly, let's not give the guy flowers yet. He's efficient. He is what it is. But we've seen him live in person. I don't see it. I don't see it yet. I also said the same thing about Josh Allen the first year. So maybe I don't know crap. But
everyone did. By the way, everyone did. And Buffalo did not. Buffalo was not for it. They've completely turned around, obviously, but they were trying to push him out early. I don't know if anyone remembers that.
We're not saying that he's terrible. We're not saying that he's trash. We're saying he's nice. He's a nice player. He may develop. Maybe he becomes Josh Allen. Right now, he's just nice. I pissed him off.
He's sad now. He's probably crying.
Yeah.
He's probably going to cry.
He's going to go to the shop, but I'm going to say one story before we go. So yesterday we were in the tailgate. We're walking around doing our interviews. You guys have heard the story. If you haven't heard the story, go listen to our last fan experience podcast where we interview Gene and we talk about the Jets game, the Patriots game that I left because of my Jets fan, Javi. Javi was there yesterday because it's a Jets game. He has a tradition with him and his father-in-law, Rembe. They always go to the Jets-Patriots game. So they were there last night, and yeah, let's interview them. Why not? Let's give one Jet a fan. So he was interviewed, and I asked him, who's your most hated Jet? And he came up with Joe Namath. I thought that was strange. Joe Namath is cool to anybody. But, Rembe is probably one of the nicest human beings that you'll ever meet. Super, super nice guy. Huge Miami fan, Dolphins fan, Marlins fan, everything. So we get off of the pod, and I'm sorry, I have to. He goes up, he goes, I know why I hate Joe Namath. I asked him why. He's like, no, I just don't like him. He goes, because Joe Namath was a wussy, and I'm just gonna say that, was a wussy and had a commercial wearing pantyhose. And I was like, that was great, bro. And Ryan, that would have been amazing for him to say he didn't, but I'm throwing him out now. Ryan mentioned it earlier, so I just wanted to make sure we got that on the pod. So,
we got to get that commercial.
We do. We'll find that.
That's incredible.
It's very disturbing. So
what?
It pans. So it pans to the feet, and it goes up the legs, and you're thinking probably girls' legs, and then it's Joe Namath sitting there, and he goes, "If they can make my legs look good, imagine what they can do for yours." And
it was a badass.
Good marketing. Great marketing there.
Yeah.
Legendary womanizer. I mean, legendary. He was cheated before cheating.
What are we doing?
I'm just giving the guy what he deserves, okay? And we all talk about this. All the guys talk about this stuff. So give me a break here, okay? Man, you're so.
He's a sissy.
All right, take us home, dude. Read the ad and take us home.
Wait. Right. Before we do your thing.
No, you got it, Mark. Do it.
I just need to jump in real quick because this weekend is a loaded potato. Obviously, we have the live stream at Beat Culture for the Carolina Panthers game, but I can't ignore this. I have not been talking about it all year, but Saturday, big day, the potential for state champions, in our little bubble here. That's always fun to have, especially as ammo for the Twitter wars that I can't help but respond to. So Saturday we got a big game. Very excited. Ryan, how do you feel about this? Do you feel confident in our running game? These guys couldn't stop the run. We're pretty good. Mark Fletcher's pretty good on the run. What do you think, Ryan? How are you feeling about Saturday?
So you're clearly talking about UM versus FSU.
Of course.
Okay, right.
Yes.
Tell-
UM versus
tell-
FSU.
tell
You're
me
wearing the UM jersey right now.
I sure am.
You're wearing, is that the Cam Ward jersey?
It's not. Yeah, it's the number one.
Number 1, Cam
Yeah.
Ward. All right. We love it. We love it.
Trying to find here the game real quick.
Kind of. You're
All right. So the Hurricanes, 4.5-point favorites in Tallahassee. Over unders 53.5.
53.5. Wow.
Yeah, my thoughts here are, I think I would have much. I mean, I'm going to say this. I would have much rather them have won in Virginia, because I think they're going to be even more pissed. But I don't care who is pissed and who's not pissed. This is the best, most complete Miami Hurricanes football team that we have seen in quite some time. Okay? So we're just going to say one thing and one thing wrong. We're back, baby! We're freaking back, dude! We've been talking about it forever! We're freaking back! Please, I hope that don't wake up the girls. We're back. It's over. It's going to be a landslide. That little Castellanos against, have you seen Ruben Bain and how that guy's playing right now?
The monster.
Unbelievable.
Castellanos is pretty good, dude.
I'm afraid of the dark. Well, you know who's not afraid of the dark? Bing. It doesn't give a shit what you guys are gonna do over there in Tallahassee. We're gonna you built that stadium back up. We're gonna tear it down. It's over. It's over. The Hurricanes cover the spread. I think we win by 13 points. Score prediction 37-23. Miami Hurricanes. It's fucking over.
I love it. I love it. I don't even think they're going to get to 23, but let's do it, baby.
Ryan Jinks. There it is, guys. All right. Well, come and join us this weekend on Sunday at B Culture, where you get to be with us live while we watch the Dolphins, and you can see how miserable it is. But you're going to have nice chicken wings, the best chicken wings at the South Beach Food and Wine Festival last year. You can also listen to their actual podcast, which is Better Let Me Tell You. And Better Let Me Tell You is freaking funny, bro. So you should listen to it. Make sure you – Ryan's got something?
I'm just going to say one thing. First 10 folks that show up,
how many things are we giving away for free?
that are for LBO, you're gonna get a beer on the house from Big. Okay?
Ooh.
First 10 people that show up and give me a hug. You got to give me a hug. Okay? First 10 people that give me a hug get a free beer. Got it? Got it? Good.
The first person to get a hug from Little gets a shot.
Oh, I have
Got
to
to up
give
the
you
stakes a little bit, baby.
Got it. So make sure you like and subscribe to 786 Sports on our YouTube channel. That's where you can listen to this whenever you want. We have our own little tab. You can go on there. You can watch all our shows. They're great. If you haven't watched them all, go back and listen to them all. Make sure you listen to the fan experience with Gene. He has some great insights, a little bit different than we usually do, but I think you guys are going to like it. Make sure you go on our social media pages, on our Instagram, on our TikTok, and our X. Like, subscribe, comment on this. We want to know, what is your favorite chicken wings? Because they're saying they're the best. We want to know your chicken wings. What's your favorite brewery? Because if it's not Beat Culture, it will be this week. And don't you forget that this episode is brought to you by Sociedad Law, personal injury attorneys. If you've ever been injured in a car accident, you need more than just a lawyer. You need an advocate who truly cares and fights hard for what you deserve. Call Sociedad Law at 305-340-9082 or visit sociedadlaw.com for your free consultation. Sociedad Law, where strength meets compassion. Sayonara, suckers.